In this cube, we got a couple of measures, amount and quantity, and maybe we'd like to add a third measure, something related to cost. Now, the sales invoice line table is our fact table, and we actually don't have a cost measure here. We have something called unit cost, but unit cost multiplied by quantity will per transaction give you the cost. So that calculation, quantity multiplied by unit cost, is something we need to do in the table before we get it into the cube. So I'm going back to my ETL project here, and I'm going to insert a script here. Now the first part of my project is one that imports my sales invoice line table here, and what I actually want to do is add an extra column, a cost column, which then does the calculation based on quantity and unit cost that already exists within that table. Now let's skip the script, the proper name, create cost column, for example. That's just a name. Up here is the important part, that's your query, and well, I've got a pre-cooked query here. Alter table, sales invoice line, add a column, a cost, which is quantity multiplied by unit cost. That's what we need to do. And then we simply build it and run it, and that should produce that extra column in my sales invoice line table. Just need to wait for that to finish, and that is. So going back to my data model editor, I need to close that and reopen it to see the change. So when I go back in here and then have a look at my the sales invoice line table here, scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see we got an extra column there, the cost column that I just added. And what we need to do with that is to add that as a new measure to my sales cube. So now we have a cost, and we also have amount, and with those two measures we can actually within the cube calculate a profit. We do that from the calculations folder here. Right click, add a new one, and the name of that calculation, let's just call it profit, and then we do it by the measures, double click amount minus double click cost, and that's it. Now we have a profit calculation. And let's see how that actually works in the target client. So I just saved my cube here, open up the target client right here, and create a new analysis based on my InMemory cube. Let's have a look at amount and cost and profit, and let's do it, for example, by salespersons, and then we can check the number. Amount minus cost becomes profit over here.